Hi, my name is Connor Shu. I'm a senior for the graduating class of 2020, and I'm here to talk about Sunset High School's Computer Science and Engineering program. So for the impact it's had on my high school career, uh, I would say it was pretty highly impactful. So freshman year I took Java, and sophomore year I took C++ and data structures. And the summer after freshman year, taking Java allowed me to apply for this program called the Northwest Advanced Programming Workshop at Portland State, which Mr. G also has a hand in running. And basically, at this program, you basically just get to pick a project you want to work on, anything you're passionate about, and then you and a team of other people work together in a kind of like pretty similar to a real like software engineering company in a real workplace, and you just tackle this problem. There are like a few advisors who help you when you run into problems, but for the most part, you're on your own, and it's just a really great experience for seeing like a good first taste of what software engineering might be like. So they taught us a framework that's called like agile development, which is commonly used in real software engineering companies, and you just get to work on it. And it's a few weeks of hard work on this project, and then at the end you get to see everyone's product, and it's pretty great. And so it's taking Java freshman year allowed me to have this experience the summer after that. And so for sophomore year, after taking C++ and data structures, I applied for some ASE internships. And so basically, ASE is apprenticeships in science and engineering. It's part of the Saturday Academy program. And what they do is they match you with different internships. So you get to select a few internships that you want to apply for, and then they might match with you, and then you get to do this internship. So for me, I did an IBM internship, and I think having that C++ and data structures background was a big part in landing this sort of like prestigious software engineering internship. Like having like the because CS 162 and 163 are basically, those are like the freshman level classes. After that, you're moving on past introductory classes. And so having all that introductory computer science experience, like that college level introductory computer science experience, it's pretty attractive to those internships. So I think if you want to get your foot into the door for some of those internships at ASE or wherever, having just taking Java and C++, the sequence really gives you like a head start. It gives you a leg up on your competition, so to speak. And I think these classes were pretty great in opening up doors and opportunities during my high school career. So what impact has Sunset High School's Computer Science and Engineering program had on your future plans? So basically, as you might be able to tell, I'm going to be attending the University of Pennsylvania this fall. And while I'm not going to be studying CS, this is actually a pretty good story for why you might want to take CS. So originally, when I started out, when I went into high school, I was super, super, super intent on becoming, studying CS, becoming a programmer, selling out and going to Google and making the big bucks, right? Well, that didn't end up happening because I turned out in high school, I found that I really, really, really liked science. I just think, that's just where my passion lied. There is nothing against CS, it's just, I just happen to like science better. But the thing is, these days, science is almost completely computer-based. So for me, I did a research position at Portland State University as part of their nanocrystallography group. And basically all I did was program MATLAB code. And so I just wrote code for analyzing these different crystals. And that's the thing. Computer science is just such a versatile field. Like it can be used for basically anything. You might be interested in humanities. Maybe you might be interested in languages. Well, there's stuff like computational linguistics. Or maybe you're interested in, art. There's computer graphics, right? So basically, computer science is just this huge, wide-ranging program. In almost every single field these days, it will have some sort of application. And having this introductory background in computer science is one of, the greatest skills that anyone can have, basically, in this modern, tech, digital era. And so the computer science engineering program, while I'm not studying computer science and engineering in the future, it's definitely helped me in, like in my research position, right? Having this programming ability allowed me to do this research position, which is a big part in, me studying physics and whatnot. So what value did you get out of the computer science and engineering classes? So the value of computer science and engineering, obviously you learn how to program, right? That's the deal. You learn how to program. But other than that, I think basically the computer science and engineering classes, besides just learning the content, it kind of teaches you how to learn. Because in the computer science and engineering classes, you are not really like hand walked through. You're not like lectured through. You kind of go at your own pace and you figure things out on your own. You try to figure things out on your own. If you can't, maybe you ask the people around you, maybe you ask Mr. G for help. But it's very self-driven, very self-paced class. And I think, so besides just like, learning programming, you're also learning how to learn, because you're kind of throwing out on your own and you have to figure out, how do I solve things on my own? And so that leads into question number 4. How are computer science and engineering classes different from your other classes? You're not going to get lectured at. That's basically the main difference. You're going to go in and then you're going to just start working. And you work, and if you're running into issues, sure, you can ask Mr. G for help. But for the most part, you're just learning on your own. And this is vastly, vastly, vastly important, because in the future, in college, many of your professors aren't going to be hand-walking, holding your hand and babying you through your classes, right? You're going to have to kind of fend for yourself. And then, additionally, in the workplace, there is no teacher, right? In the workplace, you have to do it on your own. And, a lot of it is Googling and Stack Overflow. A lot of it is how well can you fend on your own, right? How well can you solve these problems? And so, number 5, name one thing you did in a computer science or engineering class that you're particularly proud of. So in Java, me and my partner, we were assigned the chess project. And basically we just had a program, a GUI for playing chess. And so this was quite the project. Chess is a rather complex game, actually. A lot of rules, a lot of different interface things we needed. And I think, this was one of the proudest things I've done in my computer science or engineering class. It's it's cool. You make this game that like lots of people play, and like, I don't know, that's pretty cool, I think. Yeah. So what are some skills and abilities that you gain through computer science and engineering classes? And so I kind of talked about this before, you learn how to program, obviously. You can write some scripts, you can write some code, and, scripting is actually really useful. It can make your life a lot easier in many places that you don't even realize. Like, for example, for a history project I did one time, I just wrote a script to mine data because I needed some data for about like election history or something. You can just, you have this programming ability. You don't have to search for it by hand through the website. Just write a script to do it for you, Or for example, in my physics research, there's a process I have to do where we're stitching together images. And so, you could copy paste the images and drag it in one by one until you have, the 64 repeats you need to make a large enough image for this crystal analysis. Or you could just write a script to do that for you, It's, scripts just, it saves you a lot of time. Programming is, it's useful. It saves you time, right? Automation, is literally what it is, yeah? And so, scripting, programming ability, that stuff, that's all pretty important. And then also, as I talked about, learning how to learn, right? Being able to solve problems on your own. If you're met with some bug, can you debug it on your own? Can you Google search it well enough? Can you sift through the answers and through the ocean of the internet and figure out, what you need, how to integrate it into your own code? So like just having those skills and abilities, it's very, very important, I think. And the computer science and engineering classes, they really helped me gain these abilities, gain these skills, and I think they're a very good experience, and I would highly recommend them for any Sunset High School student. Thank you for listening.